All right. So I think in the last video I created one of these, well, sorry. One of the last videos I created one of these two games. I have released a game and it is done with its funding round. It got a score of 6.5 and I have a game that I is now done being developed and ready to release and we will see its score. And then the third thing that we'll do is start another game because why not see how it goes? But I just want to go through this dashboard, show you what's going on, release a game, look at the results, look at how the funding's done. So, without further ado, let's go. So, this first game that I did, developed, and then released, and then it went through the 20 rounds, which means about 20 hours of funding. It was a 6 hour game with a couple of lower level developers. It cost me 360 pixels of development time. So that is the wages. My developers see how they have a wage of like 19 an hour, 23 an hour, 27 an hour. And it was a 6 hour game. And this is roughly the same three developers. This time around, it was a 12-hour game. It cost me 720. So with that said, 360 of my pixel coins were spent and I earned 430 pixel tokens. Now, tokens can be, for example, sold on the market. All right, here we are on the marketplace. Pixel this morning was released and roughly is, we're just in price discovery mode. I don't know if any, looks like some has been purchased. About 1,100 pixels has been purchased at various prices. Okay. So we're just trying to figure out what it's worth. And who knows? We don't really know what it's worth. No one on our team knows what it's worth. No one knows what it's worth until we kind of explore that for a little while. So the reason for giving coins versus tokens is that we are not legally allowed to let you buy a cryptocurrency. So coins is just kind of like the gold coins you get in your account. And then when you use them, you can earn tokens that just come from a algorithm that everyone has equal access to. So now I could sell these 430, for example. Okay, so just wanted to share that little bit of insight. It's not like you have to know all that. So I did. I spent 360, earned 420. That's roughly a 19% gain, which is pretty great. And now, if I hit this, you can see that um, during the 20 rounds, it does trend downwards. You're going to get the best results at the very beginning, and it's going to usually trend downwards. And you just hope that you end up with more than you started, honestly. And I did after 13 hours, it just all became profit. So that was really good. 19% is great when you think about it. That's like you could do 19% a day, like that's pretty good. Now, I will show you, for example, top sellers. Sorry, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to look. It was a platform fantasy game. It was a platform fantasy game on PC. So if we go to top sellers and we look at PC reward pool, um, and this is the ones that I was kind of up against. Now we've got some really, we want to do retired. Sorry, not the ones that are ongoing right now. Here's the retired ones based on, let's do it based on rating for PC. So we should see my 6.5 game right down here. So honestly, if you look at this huge list, 6.5 is pretty good. So that's why I got a pretty good percent. Some lost 18%. Even some of these ones a little bit lower, but they only spit 18 and made 19. So they earned 7%. Some lost 7%. So it's not like it's this money is coming out of nowhere. There are some winners, there are some losers. Some people will earn crazy amounts because they built the best PC game ever so far in the couple days this game has been out, 2.5 days. You can see 13%, 11, 8, 15. So when you look at mine getting 19, that's one of the best performing games, and 6.5 is pretty good, 7.8. Now, if there were a lot of games that have figured out the algorithm and they were hitting the 8, 9, 7 rank, then my 6.5 wouldn't have been that great. It's just everyone else is hitting 5s, 4s, and 5s on games that, even at, let's see, close to 5, we're still getting games that are breaking even. And now breaking even isn't so bad because you are gaining XP. See how now this guy has 6 XP. Once I release this game, he will have 12 more, so 18 total. The other thing that I would like to show is the reviews. I want to read some of the reviews. These different people, I'm familiar with some of these names of reviewers: Max Powerplay, Fiona Fablebright, and Melody Harmon. The sound effects of avoiding lava and countering enemies are crisp and add an extra layer of tension to the gameplay. So that's kind of fun. As you could tell, her name, Melody. She's an auditory oblog, so she's going to talk about music. While the game's overall score may be average, the music and sound design elevate it to a magical realm of sonic excellence. So kind of fun. And then down here, some of the players are reviewing. So, oh, sorry, it's like clicking on all over the place. Let's go back. I accidentally clicked. So, anyways, this studio, Salence Studio, they wrote a review for my game, so it's kind of fun to read. All right, so I'm ready for old time rolls, and I spent 720. We're gonna start it up, release the game, validating a transaction, waiting, give it a moment. 7.9. So good. I had good developers, a mythic and 2 legendaries. I think that I did a really good job with what's it called? Like the end stage that we're about to do, because we're going to do another game. I did a really good job with that. And I was like, what would be a really good for RPG Medieval arcade? And if you remember, there was a market positive trend in that area. So for that type of game. So all in all across the board, it was good. As you can see, there's 22 rounds. So it can be anywhere, I think, from 20 to 22. And that's a little bit of luck involved. So this looks like I'm going to do quite well on that one. And if we look at our resources and our team, the XP on them, all 3 of those will likely have gone up. So now it's at 18, like I said, 18, 18. And then Katie is at 11 because she went through training, I believe. And then we put Cloud on research, and he did 27 hours of research. Now I want to go to research, and we have a 2D engine, which is great for arcade, PC, console, and it's good for engine and graphics. So that's awesome. And we could go back to engine and go to the second level of 2D engines. It will take 2 team members, but they have to be, I think, both developers. I'm not sure. You can click on it, and to upgrade it, we have to kind of turn in our 2D Mark 1. So actually, I want to go back and start another section so that I don't want to turn that in right now because I want to look to see sports RPG. Sports RPG, we're just going to go with what they say has a positive trend. So we're going to start new research that's something along the lines of sports and RPG. So level and world design is likely good for RPG type stuff. So side scrolling world map. So I think I'm going to go with this. So it's going to boost level and world design, story and quests, which is good for RPGs, though this won't be done in time for the RPG, but there's been a lot of RPGs recently. So we can only use developers on this one and one developer. So we are going to look for, I want to keep my legendaries available. So one team member. I guess we should just go with this really top of the line one, Zelda, 9.5 and 8.9. Otoshihiro is our best one, and he's got it fully equipped. So that's why we used him. So you know what? We're going to use him again. We're going to upgrade his XP a good amount. He's fully equipped. That's why he's at 12 and 10, because he's got some good accessories. So I need to accessorize a couple more epics, I believe. All right. So this one's only going to take about 16 hours, and it's going to be a total cost of 217 because it's the one. What's the price? I can't see it up here, but it's 217 to get this. That'll be all right. I've got 36,000, so not too worried. Toshihiro is back to work. Okay, so and then finally we're going to start a new game. Project Hub, create a new game. Oh, and RPG Sports console. So we're just going to do exactly what they think. Sports RPG small team. Done. So give me a second. All right, it's just a quirky little random game. And here's the thing, even though we picked RPG, oh, space. I'm like, these are all space. Oh, dang it. Okay, I'm going to copy all this and go back and make sure I pick sports and not space. Now we have sports pictures that we can choose. We're going to use that one. Ta-da! I wondered why there was so much space. I'm glad I caught that at the end. I would have been making. Okay, we're going to use. Okay, high score hunter, arcade. So we want to use her because she's good at working at arcade stuff. Oh, we're on console. Never mind. So let's see. Master planner, strategy, scavenger, post-apocalyptic, RPG. So we definitely want Phoenix because he's RPG. We want our mythic because he's a mythic. Adventure game, ninja. Post-apocalyptic and strategy, arcade, and keyboard. Well, we're going to use a keyboard, so we're going to grab her. So we got 2 developers, 1 designer. All right, and then we are going to use the 2D engine, which is good for engine and graphics. We can use it 10 times before we have to pay a little to upgrade the technology. So it's 20 per usage. It's not the end of the world. 20 extra per usage is just going to move the project up to 380. But we got a research boost on engine and a research boost on graphic. So we are going to do another 12-hour game, which means we have 50, which I think is a boost from that. If we look here, there's got to be some sort of boost here. +1 speed. That's just speed. So 50 is just more than I'm used to. So, all right, we're going to give everything a 4 and then decide how many extra points we're going to give. We got 23 extra. We're going to give everything a 5 and then go up on certain stuff. Controller for sure, because this is a sports game. Levels and world, because it's RPG. Artificial intelligence, at least 1. Dialogue 1. Story and quest, a couple. Gameplay, a couple. Engine, or stay down on sound and graphics. Okay, we have one more to do. It's sports, and it's an RPG. Level and world, RPG, story and quest. All right, I hope I got this algorithm correct. We're going to be spending 742 project cost. So 722 plus the 20 on research. And this is what we are going to be submitting. It's pretty quick to make a game. And we're just going to wait for a moment and it's going to repopulate. It's going to have the skip waiting for a moment. And here we go, guided sports generation. All right, so we'll come back in 12 hours. In the meantime, I do want to send someone to training. We'll do whoever I didn't use of my, well, here's what we want to do. We want to go to our resources and look who's not in a game and who's not being sold or who's not researching, and we're going to go to highest skills and see who we should work on. Board game guru is +2 when working on the gameplay development task, so that's really good. Smooth clickers with a mouse. Harmony heroes working in a team. Enchanter is a fantasy theme, so Dominic I could probably change. So Daisy's the one that we're not using, and she is a strategy game and post-apocalyptic. So she's doing genre and theme. So we're going to retrain Daisy to have a better skill set, maybe to work with others. Sorry, let's go back to training. So we have space in any of these classes. We don't want genre theme as much as we want maybe a development boost, or we'd love to get Harmony Hero, or to work on a certain accessory or a console. Now we'll always be able to use accessory. We'll always be able to use Harmony Hero as opposed to Lone Wolf, because I don't do Lone Wolf developments much. Because I'm willing to spend a little extra pixels on a bigger game to get a little bit of better return. Now development, I think we already did an accessory, someone with an accessory ability. So I want to do a development one. So we're going to jump into this class together with Studio TMK and Studio Altums, something like that. So we are going to train Daisy. Yep. And we're going to get rid of her level 1 as opposed to her level 2 trait. And the training cost is going to be 231, 10 hours, and go. Okay, so this was a few things. So recap of making a game, using training, using research, researching, and just kind of reviewing a game. So just a lot of recap in this one. I hope you appreciated it.